Good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
Welcome to the Twining School Veterans Day program. I'm Brooke. I'm Iana.
And I'm Molly Benoit.
We'll be your hosts for this morning's program. Thank you to the middle school band for the pre-program music. Please stand and remain standing while we recite the Pledge of Allegiance and sing Star Spangled Banner led by Pat George.
I don't know if it's okay now. But if not, we'll go to the next.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated. Today, we celebrate our veterans. Veterans Day was first celebrated as Armistice Day. The day marked the end of World War I, formally recognized as the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. In 1954, the holiday was changed to Veterans Day in order to account for all veterans. The United States military is made up of 6 branches: the Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, Marines, and Space Force. A veteran is any person who served honorably in the Armed Air Forces of the United States.
Master Sergeant Brewstead is the unaccompanied housing superintendent from the 319th Civil Engineers Squadron, responsible for the health and well-being of 326 dormitory residents. Master Sergeant Brewstead hails from Long Island, New York, and joined the Air Force in February of 2005. A veteran of Operation Iraqi Freedom, Master Sergeant Brewstead has a breadth of experience in multiple special duty assignments throughout an 18-year career to include Air Force Recruiter, Wing Executive Assistant, Military Family Readiness NCO, and First Sergeant. Master Sergeant Brewstead calls Grand Forces forever home and will retire from Grand Force Air Force Base in the years to come. Please give Master Sergeant Brewstead a warm Twining welcome.
Thank you for the warm welcome. Good morning, kids. That's pretty good. All right, we're off to a good start here. So as introduced, I'm Sergeant Brewstead. Been here for 8 wonderful years. Nice to be back in this auditorium. Full disclosure, my daughter goes to Valley Middle School, so don't hold anything against me, okay? You're educated on the little backstory of Veterans Day. Armistice Day in 1918, and then in 1954, the government decided to rename it Veterans Day for all the members that have fought in countless wars, and there's still wars going on. So why is Veterans Day important? Why do we celebrate Veterans Day? Those are the 2 points I'm going to come across and ask. So I'm going to ask a question. Why is Veterans Day important? I'm gonna come. I saw your hand raised before I even asked. So yeah. Yep. Celebrating veterans that are in the military. Now, do we celebrate veterans that are still serving too? Right? Okay. Awesome. You guys are fantastic start. Gold star for you today. Now, why is that important that we're celebrating past veterans and ones that are currently serving? So, show of hands from the crowd. Already raising them. How many of y'all have a parent who has deployed or been overseas? How many of y'all have had a parent that after a long day of work, they're just really cranky and exhausted? Thank you. And right now, the current state of affairs, you know, we're constantly getting ready for battle. And it takes a lot from us as uniform wearers and my brothers and sisters in arms too. Crazy work hours, constant deployments. We're going to be gone. Sometimes we need that little break. So that's why I think Veterans Day is so important. It's a day to be thankful for our own brothers and sisters in arms and the sacrifices that they made, and the continual sacrifices that they made. Does that sound about right, kids? Yeah? Okay. One thing I'll take away, I'll leave you, I'm going to actually challenge you to do two things. So this Veterans Day, you know, you have the day off from school, right? Some of us do here, right guys? Think about the time and the work that your parents put in. Think about those days to where they're working a little bit later or when they're gone. And what I want you to do is thank them and give them a hug. They will never get tired of that. Can y'all do that for me? No? All right. The second thing I want you to do is anytime you're out in the community, you see a uniform, you see sort of looks a little bit older, but they have that Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines cap with all the pins on them, you know that's a veteran, thank them. Those are one of those little things, those small things that keep us going. So we can fight for you and we can keep you guys safe. So I'll circle back around. What are you guys gonna do? You're gonna... Okay. Good work. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the time. Go Thunderbirds. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Master Sergeant Brewsted. Our musical selections today were selected to honor our veterans, past and present. Sergeant Irving Berlin wrote God Bless America in 1918 as part of a musical show and decided it did not fit his show, so he put it aside. In 1938, Berlin revived the song as a song of peace. He said, "It's not a patriotic song, but an expression of gratitude for what this country has done for its citizens, of what home really means." Please enjoy our middle school orchestra's performance of God Bless America.
Today we honor generations of patriots who have earned the title of American Veteran, a badge of courage that unites the finest group of former service members the world has ever known. With this selfless sacrifice, our armed forces have forged and defend the very idea of America, a promise of freedom, inequality, democracy and justice, possibility and hope. We owe them an incredible debt that can never be fully repaid. In every generation, America's veterans have been willing to give all for that which we hold, sacred freedom, justice, and democracy. They have selflessly sacrificed greatly and shouldered the burden of freedom quietly, asking no glory for themselves. Today, let us honor them by living up to their examples, putting self-service before self, caring for our neighbors, and working passionately to build a more perfect union worthy of all those who protect our lives and liberty. Now, therefore, I, Joseph R. Biden, Jr., President of the United States of America, do hereby proclaim November 11th, 2023 as Veterans Day. I encourage all Americans to recognize the valor, courage, and sacrifice of these patriots, the appropriate ceremonies and private prayers, and by observing 2 minutes of silence for our nation's veterans. I also call upon federal, state, and local officials to display the flag of the United States of America and to participate in patriotic activities in their communities. Because of your great sacrifice, your country joins to sing. Patriotism and gratitude prevail in this moving tribute to the men and women of our armed forces. Our middle school choir will now present Thank You Soldiers by Michael and Angela Suter. Veterans are all around us. There are teachers right here at Twining. There are your family members, politicians, doctors, nurses, pilots, and chief executive officers. Here are a few questions you may have about veterans.
There have been 46 United States presidents. How many do you think were veterans?
I'd say the last 41 presidents were military veterans, with the last one being George W. Bush.
How many veterans do you think are currently alive in the U.S.?
23 million?
Correct. Who is the current commander-in-chief of the U.S. Armed Forces?
Our one and only president, Joe Biden.
Do other countries celebrate their veterans?
I'm not sure about this one.
Yes, they do. France, Canada, Australia, and Great Britain celebrate Remembrance Day on or near November 11th. What percentage of the U.S. population are only veterans?
Only 7% of the U.S. adult population are veterans, with Alaska having the largest veteran population with 13%.
Patriotic songs have the power to bring people together in a musical celebration of unity and love of country.
In November 1861, a woman named Julia Ward Howe and her husband visited Washington, D.C. While there, Howe published a poem, heard Union troops belting out a well-known marching song called John Brown's Body. A preacher standing with Howe encouraged her to write new lyrics to the tune.
Howe took dead aim at slavery in her lyrics. She and her husband were strong anti-slavery activists called abolitionists. Included in one verse of the hymn were the words, "As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, to fight to end slavery." In more recent times, this song was heard in New York, Washington, and Pennsylvania during activities surrounding the tragedies of September 11, 2001. Please enjoy the Battle Hymn of the Republic as performed by your Twining Middle School Band. It is time to honor the veterans who are in our audience. Veterans, please rise when your service song is played. This concludes our ceremony.
This concludes our ceremony. Thank you for... It is now time to honor the veterans who are in our audience. Veterans, please rise when your service song is played.
The United States Army. The United States Marine Corps. The United States Navy. The United States Air Force. Our newest service, the United States Space Force. The United States Coast Guard. Could I have all our veterans stand one more time? Let's have a big round of applause for our veterans. Thank you, and this concludes our ceremony. Thank you for attending.
Bye.